The key about what we wanted to present to you this evening as it relates to Discover St. Charles, and again, this really is the brainchild of the media department staff, is it is providing some new opportunities for communicating citywide and beyond. As you'll recall, again, we changed our name last year, and again, the media department is responsible for Discover St. Charles, and again, we are taking the broadcast channel, which is channel 990, to the next level and to some new heights. Much like what we're seeing with the tourism Facebook fan page, for example, YouTube offers a wider reach for broadcasting our key messages, and it gives the city a new communication strategy. In other words, it gives us new legs. It gives us an opportunity to really expand the reach of the things that we're communicating to our residents and business owners. And on that point, YouTube also offers our residents and our business owners an opportunity for a new access point. It gives them easy access to information and things that we want them to be aware of. YouTube, in what we're presenting tonight as Discover St. Charles, will provide you as council members, along with the mayor and our city departments, an easy opportunity to communicate with key constituents and stakeholders. And what you're going to see this evening ultimately enhances our standing communications vehicles, which in addition to Channel 990 include city news, the websites for the city, parks and tourism, social networking, billboards, and media relations. Plus, with the widespread use of smartphones, you'll see just how easy it can be to connect people with everything that's happening in St. Charles. So from here, I'm going to turn the reins over to Jim, who will take you through the group's presentation and showcase how Discover St. Charles can not only enhance our future, but give us an opportunity for new inroads. And I hope along the way that you won't hesitate to interject and ask questions. Jim, I'll let you take it from here.
Thank you, Carol. I'm going to read this statement to you, and I'd like you all to really think about this and let this settle in. Currently, about 28% of all cell phone users have smartphones, according to Nielsen, but that's expected to jump to more than 50% by the end of this year. Some analysts predict that web traffic on mobile phones will overtake that on desktop computers within 5 years. Now, with all these figures in mind, we have developed a program called Discover St. Charles. And what Discover St. Charles is, it's a multimedia update program that's designed for the web, for mobile devices, and for broadcast television that's going to allow all the departments and the City Council the opportunity to provide residents and businesses with timely information. Now, we're going to film separate segments for each department. These segments are going to be uploaded separately to our YouTube page, where they can be viewed on your computer or your mobile device. And just to show you our YouTube page, this is just our current YouTube page, St. Charles MO. We were actually able to land the Discover St. Charles address that we will transition to before we launch this program. And as you can see, if you're interested in what's happening with the fire department, you would go to the Discover Fire Department folder, and you would play the most current update. This is the wonderful Brian Ezel. We've developed a wonderful tag to put at the very beginning of each segment.
Hi, my name is Brian Ezel with the St. Charles
And these are just two quick segment updates, 2-minute updates about what's happening in their departments. I'd like to know what's happening in parks. I just go to Discover Parks, and I look at their current up-to-date segment. Now, the beauty of using YouTube is that we can actually view these on our mobile devices.
We certainly have things heated up at the Parks Department.
And actually, I'll show you. I have a mock-up. This is not how it will actually be. But I'm going to go ahead and go back to Paul in the studio, and if he can get a tight shot here. I've created a Discover St. Charles YouTube icon, and from there, it takes us directly to our YouTube page, just one click away. And here I have a welcome video that explains the program to me. And then if I'm interested in what's happening in the Convention and Visitors Bureau, I just access the most recent Convention and Visitors Bureau update. And there's David to tell me about what's happening in the City of St. Charles Convention and Visitors Bureau.
That's cool.
That's great.
If I want to see what's happening, Public Works, I understand Carol's no longer with us, but I had her in front of the green screens just to show you what it would look like. And moving on, there is a third head to this monster that I like, and is that we can take all these separate segments and we can assemble them together on our playlist and actually make a program called Discover St. Charles that we could broadcast out on our cable channel as well. So not only are we accessing web and mobile devices, this is going to allow us to continue our broadcast television program as well. Now, we've kept all the segments similar in look, similar colors, titles will be the same, just to give a nice uniformity look when we do group these together for broadcast. Now, each department's going to have their own background and own color, and I have a real nice gold background for city council members whenever you would like to give an update about what's happening in your wards as well.
It was that or pink, and we thought you might like
The
gold
city
better.
clerks
No, we
claim
already-
pink,
That's right,
so
city clerk
you guys
claim
cannot have
pink.
pink. Moving on, some of the benefits of using this platform. Thank you. Is that, of course, we are hitting 3 different markets, web, mobile, and broadcast television. It's allowing us to take advantage of the free web and mobile services that are available. This will not cost us anything. These video updates can be sent directly to your email accounts where you can view them right on your mobile device. This is also a great PR opportunity for us as far as the media department goes. We can do a lot of cross promotions. For example, we shoot Shakespeare in the Park. That will obviously not fit on the YouTube page, but we can post bulletins that push folks to Granicus and push them towards our channel to watch longer formatted programs. And then we can also include PSAs, commercials, things of that nature in between the updates to advertise events and things that are happening in the city. Recycling events, for example. And once again, this is going to allow all the departments an opportunity. You know, human resource, say there's a job that they would like to talk about. Adam Knock is their media liaison. He can come on camera, speak about that job and the qualifications for it. We're making a weatherization program for Bruce, but this would also be a great place for him to go and give an update about this program. And once again, I cannot stress enough that this is free to us. Now, we've given some thought to department responsibilities, and we realize that not every department is going to have a bi-weekly update that they can give to us. So we're looking for the operational departments to provide us with bi-weekly updates, and support departments, we're looking to where they can jump in as needed. We've been producing the Prism with the operational departments, and that's our monthly update news magazine. But this will take the place of that, so not much is really going to change for those guys, but then it's also going to give everybody else the opportunity to jump in too. And the departments, what they're going to do is each department is going to appoint a media liaison, and that person is responsible for developing the content and appointing who is going to come down and be on air for these segments, whether that's themselves or, you know, if Kevin Corwin is the expert on a project in Public Works, you send Kevin down to film it. And the consistency of the departments is crucial. We had a great meeting with them last week. They're very excited about this, so we know that we're just going to get their full support. And then as far as scheduling goes, normally we meet with people at specific times to shoot these segments. Well, since we're going to be shooting a lot more, we've decided that down at the Foundry Arts Center where we have a studio, we're going to offer open studio times where these media liaisons can just come down. And these are just example times. We haven't developed a specific time set yet. But for example, Tuesday from noon to 12, I will be in the studio. They can just stop by, shoot their update. We'll get them out the door in a matter of minutes. And then we're going to create an alternating schedule to where we'll shoot, you know, a few one week, and then the next week we'll shoot a few more, and that'll allow us to space them out a little better and allow each one to have the bi-weekly update. And then also, too, these departments don't have to come every 2 weeks. You know, they can shoot their 4 minutes at once, and then we can divide that up in post-production and be on their way. You know, Parks, Bob Fink, he does the update segment for them. He knows well in advance what's happening throughout the entire month. So he can just come with us, shoot it once, and we will cut it up for him. And then just some highlights again, this is allowing everybody to participate. And we are essentially killing 3 birds with 1 stone, web, mobile, and broadcast television. And this is going to allow us to provide more timely, up-to-date information to the residents and businesses in your wards. The Prism was once a month. Well, that's 12 segments. This way, they have the opportunity to produce up to 24 segments a year if they'd like. So that's really increasing the information flow. And then also by making them look uniformed, it really presents the city as a unified brand. These are all in the same place. They all look similar. You just have to access the department that you would like to access. And once again, this is free.
That seems to be the theme here.
It's a good theme to follow, I believe. Moving on to the future, some things we're looking at. We've applied for a YouTube Gov, which will allow us to add features. If you look at the top of this YouTube page, you see the City of San Francisco banner. So we can actually put our website's banner across the top of that. So when they access Discover St. Charles YouTube page, they'll also see the different departments that they can access, and it takes them directly to our website. We're also looking at developing a smartphone app. We're kind of piggybacking off YouTube's capabilities at this point, but we would like to actually develop our own app. I've been doing a lot of research. The city of Arlington, for example, has an amazing application. You can pay bills, you can report crime, you can see what's happening in your city. It's really neat. It's something to look at. I don't know if we need something with that advanced capabilities, but it's definitely something that we're looking forward to. And then also just some improvements with our Granicus system. They're going to be offering a larger viewing screen shortly, which was my main picking point with Granicus, that you had to watch it in the very small window. Well, they've been taking a lot of feedback, and they are going to be offering a larger viewing screen at some point. And, very exciting, they're going to be offering a mobile device viewing as well. So you can actually watch the council meeting, pick the point in the agenda you would like to watch. It'll take you directly to it. You can watch it on your phone. And then just in closing, some information. We're looking to launch this show at the beginning of April. Lonnie D'Angelo is on maternity leave till the end of April. So we're going to wait till she gets back, and we're at full strength. And she's going to be very crucial as far as the scheduling of these updates and getting them in the playlist. So we're going to wait till she gets back to jump off. And then also we are developing some training curriculum right now for all the liaisons. We just don't want to throw them in front of a camera and say go for it. We're actually developing a nice training course to give them some tips and pointers so they represent us well. And then finally, in closing, I'd just like to say that this has been a great collaboration with everybody in the media, Paul Butts, Carol Felzine, Jessica Rash, Lonnie D'Angelo, and especially Andrew. He's a younger man. We looked at him a lot to see what he was interested in and things that he would like to see on his phone. So, everybody's input has just been really crucial. We're really excited about it. We hope to kick it off soon, and we hope you all enjoy it.
Thank you very much. It's fascinating.
Yeah.
Absolutely fascinating what can be done and what can be accessed from our phones. And I'm going to sound like an old timer here, but for those of us that still look at the web, at the internet itself, and yes, I still call it www. I know it's not necessary, but is there a way to link these videos in to our website? Because one of the concerns I have is that our website is very static and somewhat boring from a user standpoint. This is absolutely fascinating, and this is exactly what I think our residents want to see. They want to hear about what's going on. I love it that it's so dynamic and it can change so fast. But is there a way to put those same keep that same branding and just be able to hit a tab on the website and access that same information?
Sure. I mean, that may be a question for Brick. From my understanding, we cannot embed video at this point to our website, and that's what would have to be done. We would have to take the YouTube link and actually embed that into the web page. And as far as I know, we cannot do that. But what we're looking into is actually adding a Discover St. Charles YouTube link that will take you directly to this page. But then at some point in the future, I think it would benefit us to have these videos directly under the department headings. So we can definitely look into that. I'm not sure if our capabilities are there at this point,
Right.
but it's something to shoot
There's
for.
a certain segment of our population, and I guess maybe I'm getting to be that older segment now, that it's easier for us to, and I know that I've got the fancy phone that does all these things, but it still is quicker and easier for us old timers to access it on the internet. It's it's that learning curve that it's bigger screen too. That's a good point, Dave. It's a very good point. And it looks better on a big screen. So
Sure. And I would love to see it on there, and I think that's something that we're shooting for. I know we're really working on the website, so we'll get with Brick and see what we can get accomplished.
I think that'd be great. Okay, we've got multiple lights. Mayor York, you're first.
Yes, I just want to thank you all. I was able to, let me back up. They started with me to see if this was something that I liked, and I got to go down to the Foundry, to the set, and I have this on that's app on my phone now, and I can pull it up, and while it's the same thing every time, it is ready to go, and I think that's, my kids, it's crucial. They watch everything. They watch TV. They know what everything's going on their phone, and I think you're right. It's going to be 50%, if not more, before long. We do have YouTube right now, and that is on our website that you can click over. A lot of our programs, the media department does put over onto YouTube, so we do have that. It's just, like you say, Mr. Klinghammer, working it all together. It's going to be great to be more up to date on things, because a lot of times by the time we get it in the newsletter or the time we get a Prism show done and then put it up on TV, that can be a month, 2 months, and things get old. So there's a lot of times, for example, when your trash pickup is, that could be the kind of thing that's up there all the time, or we replay that, okay, next month there's two different holidays, but they're the ones that we will be picking up your trash. Some of the things we've talked about is that communication. But I know this will be the first of its kind around here, and it is the brainchild of, I love how you said the young man, because we're looking at you the same way, Jim.
I have gray hairs.
They're getting younger and younger, but it is the future, and that's what we have to be looking at. And I think that's one of the things we said in the polling is, how do you want us to communicate with you? That's what we're asking people, and these are the kind of things that we need to do. So we came to you because we want to make sure that you have, we have your blessing. I guess I'd say that you want them to go ahead and use their time and go forward with this, because I think it's a great thing. We did go to all the department directors because, yes, each department's going to have dedicated staff to be able to come up with ideas and stories and spend their 2 minutes in front of the green screen, get their information out there. And it's going to be fluid, it's going to be moving, and it's going to be fast, but I think it's going to be cutting edge, and I really commend you all for your brainchild, sitting there going over and over and over on this, and it's going to be great.
And, we're by no means the first city to upload videos to YouTube, but I do believe we are the first city to actually create a program, specifically for the YouTube platform. So,
Good job.
Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Next, we have Mr. Reese. Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Beckering's first. Sorry.
Real quick, great, thanks. Appreciate the department doing that in terms of taking care of or using the technology. Just one concern. Let's make sure we keep the same process and discipline in this in terms of what goes on there.
Absolutely.
Because YouTube's different than putting it on our website. And if something inappropriate gets on there, it can go viral really, really quickly. So I'm sure you have that all well in hand, and
It will
Carol
be
or
secured.
Michael or somebody's looking at it before it gets out there. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Good point. Thank you, Dave. Mr. Reese now, thanks.
I think this is phenomenal. I'm one of these old timers that learned how to use my iPhone pretty quickly, but two things. One of them is I like what Dave said, and to go along with that, I also hope that we don't lose the interest. As a lot of times when you get programs like this going, if you guys don't stay on top of it and keep people moving, it'll fall apart. And definitely if we get this moving, we want to make it happen. And then the second thing is, as quick as you can tell us how to load this information on our iPhones, et cetera, would you please send that information to us, and
Absolutely.
maybe even have a class here before a council meeting or something so we can load it. I think this is phenomenal. I use my iPhone for all kinds of things, and one of the things is that if you go to SSM Clinic or you do the healthcare here in St. Charles, you can load your health records on your iPhone through MyChart, and that's been one of the best things that I have found. And so this is really going to be neat when you guys get. I applaud you all for doing this too, and it's really neat. So quick as you can tell us how to load it on our phones, please do so. Thank you.
Absolutely, and we've actually developed a set of instructions. It's very simple. This one would be for the iPhone, and it's just a matter of actually hitting the plus on the screen. You would name the icon. It's a little different for smartphones. It's a different process. You would want to bookmark the page, but once we decide to roll this out, we're going to include all this information in the newsletter and the media outlets, and we're going to put it on the website. So we're going to make it very accessible to people to where they can learn how to put it on their phones. And then after the meeting, I will be here. If any of you are curious to see how it works on your phone, come on by, and we'll set you up.
Great. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Mr. Veit.
Yeah, I agree with everybody's sentiment on this. Just want to look way down in the horizon. We have a youth advisory commission. From time to time, it's more active than other times. They might be a good resource, or this might be a way to get them involved in government on content. And I had a question. When you talked about blue screen, of course, everybody's a different color. Are you going to have like stuff behind them, like if they're talking about something, like pictures of the city or whatever?
Absolutely, and I can show you that. Let me go back to the slide. So you see the St. Charles window over David's shoulder. Whatever we want to put in that window, we can. We can change it. We can make it full screen. I'll go ahead and just play a little more of Bob's, and you'll kind of see what I mean.
Can you make the whole background that window?
Absolutely, we could.
For you and yours.
So he's going to be talking
How
about
about we start out with our
basketball.
Hot Shots
We can
basketball.
go ahead and
Our
put
next
a
session
basketball
begins in
grass.
Thinking on a phone,
I'll
if
tell you about it now,
they're
so
not
you get
blocking
signed
it,
up.
for some pictures, you might want it bigger.
Sure, yeah, and we can go full screen with them. And also this is really going to allow us to tap into our archival footage as well. We have drawers and drawers full of HD footage of just about everything that's taken place in the city. So this will be a good chance for us to go back and really access some of that archival footage and include it into these updates.
Thank you. That looks good. Mr. Minch.
My attitude certainly changed upon media like this when that happened in Egypt, and I seen hundreds of thousands of Twitters in one day. That was just totally amazing to me. This is exactly what the residents in my ward want, because they want to see public road projects. They want to see public work projects. They want to see what's happening, and it's so hard for me to get, show maps and stuff. I don't have them available. This is a media where they can go, they can click on, they can see them instantly and know what's happening. Even road closures. It's just amazing. This is unbelievable. It just happened right now. I think you guys have did a wonderful, wonderful job. One other question is, who's going to be the council spokesperson? Is that going to be Carol? Is that going to be... We can all do it?
You all can be your own spokesman. This will be available to you all to come in and shoot your own updates. And we're actually looking at buying a portable green screen that we could set up in Conference Room B, so you all will not have to be concerned about open studio times. If you want to shoot one, we'll have it set up. You come in and shoot it right before your meeting, and we'll get it uploaded probably within a day.
Will this eventually will this be able to tie in eventually to like text messaging for something important down the line too? If something's happening, an emergency's happening, or something where people can get on a text list and be text
Yes, absolutely. If you subscribe to our channel and you create a YouTube account and subscribe to our channel, we're able to post bulletins on our channel, which is essentially a text message that will go directly to your email. So if there's any, warnings or anything we need to put out there, we can put it in the bulletin, and whoever is subscribed to it, it will go directly to your email.
I'm showing my age, but far out.
Right on, brother. Let's go. All right, Mr. Stuyvesant.
Yeah, thank you. As the council liaison for the media division, Paul Butts told me, I guess last week, that this presentation was coming up, and I was very anxiously looking forward to it, and it's greater than what I thought. It's very awesome. I do have a question, though. I was called by a couple, 2 or 3 people, and I also have one. I've got an iMac. And when you get into the city website and go to video streaming, the little window comes up and it says you need Windows Media Player to watch it. Can you watch that on an Apple or not?
Actually, you can. There's a program called Silverlight, which is basically a plug-in for the Mac to where you can watch Windows Media. Yeah, unfortunately, it is Windows-based for Granicus, but there is different downloads that you can do to where you can watch it. I own a Mac myself, and I ran into the same problem. It's just a quick download. And, I think that would be good to actually add to the department page so residents can see that if they have Macs and they're having troubles. It's just a quick 30-second download, and then you can watch it.
I also have Firefox.
Can watch it.
And I went to Firefox and downloaded Silverlight, and when I click on it, just a little thing comes up and it asks you what you want to do. How do you get it to play?
Well, that's something I'd have to look at. I'm not necessarily the Granicus specialist on board here, so we'll have to look at that. But I can definitely get an answer to you. And
Okay.
I have it playing on my office Mac, so I know there is a way to do it.
In your office in there?
Yeah, well,
Oh, good.
down at the foundry.
Oh,
but
I see. Okay.
Yes, there is a way to do it. So I'll do some investigation, and I think that would be good information to actually put on the website in case anybody else is having that problem.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you very much. That's
Awesome.
That's
Awesome.
certainly an exciting program, and we really look forward to it. It's amazing what we can do now, and
Absolutely.
very good presentation. Thank you very much.
Thank you all very much.
It's very well done.
Guys. Good job.